Hello folks, as we said before, let us turn our attention really to LSA types. So let me go to R1, R2 for example, and let me just make it a little bit bigger. So we wanna analyze very well how many LSA types that we have. If we say show IB route, show IB Ospf database as I showed with you before, and then router, and let me say as a journal now. Now we are in a journal. So now we have let me make it a bigger. Let me make it a bigger. Okay, now let us go. I mean, as you can see, every area has its own LSA type 1 and type 2, and in general, I mean, they will have all the information, they will learn the brief information because of the ABR will tell them how to reach on the other one. So let us just go for this guy, go for R2 and check it step by step. Okay, now R1 and R2, these are called like router links, and we are in area 0. So now it is telling us as before, R1 and R2 stay, exist in, we don't need all this information, but we just need this. Advertising router is router 1. Router 1 is advertising it is own loopback. It is own router ID. So it says like, and my router ID is this. So I am I exist in area 0. In area 0, and these are the two routers that is just for area 0. It is the router LSA or LSA type 1. And the network link we have router 2 is the DR4 for this segment. Router 2 is there but for this segment. I think R5 will be a DR, but this one was an existing, so we'll check it in a second. So R2 says I have I am a DR, and my connected network for this segment in area 2, on area 0 is 192.168.12.2, and that is true. That's the interface is just because this guy has 3 interfaces. This one is just the external domain, which is EIGRB route, but it has 3 different interfaces. So each interface it has a different area of network. For example, area 1 and area 10 and area 0. So area 0 express it like that. That's for area 0. We are still in area 0 because this is a router link. So it says like my interface is that I'm connected to area 0 is this one. The interface connected to area 0 is this one. Is this one. Okay, and now we're still in the area 0. We are still in area 0. So this is called LSA type 2 or network link LSA. So summary LSA we're still in area 0. Route is, R1 is advertising R3, network 3. The reason why, because R3 has learned this network from R1 learned this network from R3. So R1 is advertising network network of R3, which is the loopback of R3, and router 2 is advertising R4 loopback because R2 learned R4 loopback, and R2 is still advertising 25.0 because it is connected 25 for the area 10. We are on LSA type 3 because LSA type 3 it just says if you wanna R1 says if you wanna reach 333, please come to me. I will just direct it to you. That's in brief. It it doesn't have the metric or anything, or just like the detailed information about it. Like I mean, we will go in detail, so I'll show you like when I go to in detail, but now I'm just giving you the brief, so I'll be going in detail. And R1, it says like, I know network 192.168.13.1 actually is connected, but it says like, if you want to reach that network, come to me. R2 says, if you want to reach this network, come to me. This is called summary LSA. That means like it is a summarized LSA. It's not like a detailed, because these routers will not have the detailed information about the other areas. Okay, if I go down here, I have a router LSA for area 1. So before we were on area 0, we were analyzing area 0. Now we are analyzing area 1. So area 1 existed between R2 and R4, and area 0 existed between R1 and R2. That is why router link LSA for area 0 is just listed as R1 and R2 router IDs. So now it says like R2 and R4 exist, which is type 1 LSA. They say like we are connected on that segment, and the network LSA says R4 is the router ID, and it is advertising it is connected network that is facing it is advertising the interface address that is connected to area 1, which is this interface right here, because it's 24.4 and here is 24.4. okay, good. Let me keep going on. And also everyone says like, for example, when they are in the LSA area 0, the LSA type 1 says I am connected. R2 says I am advertising 1 link. R4 says like I'm advertising 2 links. So we're gonna go down as I showed you before. I will go back to it. Okay, let's go down. R4 says like for area 1 I am the DR and I am advertising my interface connected to area 1. Okay, summary LSA. R2 is advertising default route. So that default route was from the ABR, because if you go to R4 now, it does have nothing else. Only it has only a default route. So IB route Ospf, it only has a default route. So it for the inter area route there, so this is a type 3 LSA route. So it only has instead of type 3, because it's filtering type inter area routes, or we configure it as a totally stubby area, so and stub together, so we don't have any type 5 external type 5, and we don't have any external any inter area route. So type 3 became just a default route that this guy originated, R2 originated and started advertising. Okay, for area 10, we have these two routers, router 2 and router 5. So LSA type 1 says router 2 and router 5 exist in this segment, and each one is advertising LSA type 1. But this one is just the link is there advertising. But this is general router LSA is called LSA type 1. Okay, and network LSA says R5 is the DR. This is the guy. R5 is the DR because a higher loopback IP address, and the network it is advertising it is interface connected. This interface connected to the area 10. It is advertising the interface connected to the area 10. Again, summary LSA for area 10, advertising router is 2, and it just advertising the default route because we are on an NSSA area here, and we blocked everything, and we blocked area type 2. We redistributed, we executed no redistribution. The only thing that R5 has is just a default route. So in that case, area default route. So in that case, R2 is advertising a default route to R3 to area 10. So now if you come down here, we have external type 7 here. This external type 7, you see external type 7. This external type 7, they are for area 10 because they are for the NSSA area. So as I said route is redistributed into the NSSA area will have a code ON2 that is called LSA external type 7, and I showed you before that they have ON2. So if I go to R5, I will still think like if I can see if I can see the one I showed you before. Yeah, see ON2, that is called this advertisement here is called type 7. So there is a type 7 for exist in LSA in area NSSA area. So type 7 R5 is advertising because he's a member of type 7, and he's the one who is doing the redistribution. He's advertising all these networks that is coming from another domain, and that's coming from R7, and R7 is running RIP. So R5 basically is running RIP, and it's running OSP, and it's running it's running Ospf as well. Okay, so that's how it is. So it's advertising this to call type 7. Here we have an external type 5 for external type 5 linky states, and there is still for area 10. It's still for area 10 because it's under area 10. What it means is like R2, because when this routers come into area 10, which is the NSSA area 2 area border router, has to convert this LSA type 7, this LSA type 7 right here, this router is to area 2, to area 0, and then has to convert it to standard or normal LSA type 5, and that is how it works. This guy is advertising all these routes, and R2 is advertising 7 and 26. So 7 is coming from this network right here, and 26 is coming on this segment because they are redistributed network, and they normally they would be in here, but they are filtered out. So R2 is advertising as a type 5 this 77 and this 26 network, and 57, and the 57 is between 57 is this network right here. So these are all going into area 0, and also is advertising 11 R1 is advertising only. All the other is because 11 R1 redistributed 11, and R1 is advertising 11, and R2 is advertising 6, 7, all this. And if you go to R1, all of these are in here, and all of these are reachable because R2 is advertising 66, and R1 has a 66 right here. R2 is advertising 77, and all 77, 78, 79, and R1 has a 77, 78, and 79. R2 is advertising 77 and 10, 126 and 10, 157. R1 has 10, 26, 10, 127, and it has a 777 as well. These are all redistributed. So they are, and some of them are more from area 10, and some of them are from EIGRB routes. And that is basically how, in general overview, that is how LSA types work. So if I go by now, show IB Ospf database, and then router, then area 0 will tell us, like, look, I'm on area 0 and I am on router 2. That's my router ID, and I'm advertising 2 links, and the links I'm advertising is, we are in a router 2, yeah, okay, but it started from R1. It says a link instead of R1. R1 is advertising, it is connected network, and R2 is advertising the 1.1.1, and it's advertising the connected network, because this one, it says I'm not the DR is R2, so don't worry about that. It's the 2 links it showed in here in type 1. It's just this link right here, 12.1, which is the interface connected to area 0, and it is network right here, and it is loopback. Okay, and let us see in R2. So R2 is here, LSA type 1. It says, like, I'm connected in 2. So 1 is my loopback, and it says 1 is my interface connected to the interface of area 0, and it says I am the DR. That's what it says, I'm the DR, and that is what his number is. And area 1 R2 says, because R2 connects area 1 as well, right here, area 1 as well, R2 connects area 1 as well. It says I'm on area 1 and I only have 1 link connected, and that is 2.4. I mean, it's like I have 1 interface that is advertised in area 1. And if you go down, and that's just show with area, just 1 link, and that link is just there. And he says I'm not the DR. The DR is 24. It says like R4 is the DR for that segment. And here R4 says I am advertising 2 links, because this is the router link of R4. It says I have 2 links. One is 444, which is my router ID. R4 router ID here. Sorry, not router ID, like loopback address. And it says where is it too? And it says I have my own network that is configured on area 2. Area 1. And now we are in area 10. So R2 is part of area 10, and he said I'm advertising 1 link, and that link it is 215.10.1.25.2. But he says I'm not the DR. The DR is 25.5, and that is that's end of. And also R5 says, yeah, I'm R5. I am advertising 1 link, and that link is 10.25.5, and I am the DR for this segment. That is LSA type 1. So if you say LSA type 2 LSA or network LSA right here, says like we are on network LSA. Router 2 is advertising, because router 2 is the segment for area 0. So it's like I'm connected to R1 and R2. I'm connected to R1 and R2. So for this segment, he says these 2 routers exist in this segment. Okay, and area 1, R4 says I'm the DR, and I am on R2 and R4 exist in this segment. R4 and R2 exist in this segment. And okay, and area 10, in area 10, R5 says advertising router is R5, again. It says I'm the DR, and I have my neighbor R2, and that's I mean, if you go to summary, it will just that's a LSA type 3. R1 say or R2 says no, R1 is advertising. R1 says if you want to reach 3333, if you want to reach network 3, the advertising router is R1. And it says, because it doesn't give like it doesn't give the detail, it just says like the mask is 32, because I turn it on all of the network mask on this guy on any loopback. And it says if you want still R2 is advertising on this network. If it says if you anyone wanna reach to 10.1.25.0, please, I'm advertising it, so come to me, so I will help you out how to get there. And at the same time, R1 is advertising 13 network 192.13.13.0 network. It says come to me if you want to reach that one, and the network is this guy network right here, and the network R2 was advertising is this network right here, and R2 is advertising another network which is 24, which is 192.168.24.0, which is right here, and it says if you want to reach that guy, I'm connected to. Just a brief. R2 says again, I have a default route for area 0, so anything go into area 0, I am advertising this default route. And this summary LSA for, and that was a summary LSA for area 1, yeah. And we were on area 2 summary LSA before, and now we are going to area 10 summary LSA, and it says like the default route is going there. Link state ID is a default route, and it is a summary network number, and router 2 is advertising, and the metric is 1. So that concludes the LSA types, and we took a look every LSA type, and let me just one Ospf let me go to R1 and say show IP Ospf ASP. There is one LSA I want to show. Hey, what am I doing? Wow, what am I doing? Show IP database, Ospf database, and I'm looking for this one, ASBR LSA. That's type 4. So we have one type 4 here, LSA type 4 for area. For area 2. So for area 2, which is this right here, we have one type LSA, and this type LSA, this guy is advertising it. It says if you want if you want to reach on R2, which is the ASBR for this route is right here, please, you see AS boundary router ASBR, please come to me. R1 says R2 R3 come to me. Let me check in R2 sorry R3, which is this one. That's the final one. Database ASBR summary. It says if you want to see this guy, the router ID of R2, which is the ASBR, see it says like come to here, come to me. So the ABR is generating ASPR, which is type 4 LSA. So type 4 LSA means type 4 LSA. If you hear type 4 LSA and you confused, don't confuse it. Type 4 LSA, it advertises the ABR originates. So it advertises, it tells the router, on the other area, if you want to reach the ASPR, please come to me. This is his router ID. So this is the router ID of ASPR. So if you go here, this interface, I mean, for this they don't need it any ASA type 4, what they call like ASPR type 4, because they have a direct reachability. But area 2 does not have any direct reachability. So they create, because let me back up and right there. If the redistributing router is connected to the to an interface, to an area, so any router that connected to this area will not need LSA type 4. But anyone that is apart, that is outside of the area and connected to another area will need to have an information about the ASPR. That's what this LSA type 4 is all about, and nothing. It is nothing else. It's just right here. LSA type 4 is called type 4 ASB, summary ASB. So it says if you want R1 says to R3, if you want to reach this guy, this link ID, please come to me. This is his link ID, so I will help you out to get there. And that concludes our discussion of OSPF LSA types, and I see you on the next